Okay, get it. I gotta get water. Okay. Water. Hi, Jax Kimchi. It's good to see you. Okay, love you, kitty. Bye. Garden Snake. That's crazy work. I don't know if Garden Snake is here or if they turned off their mic. Hi, Nugget. Can I have a full
Well, we need to make her right.
yeah, Nugget's been amazing. I'm gonna try. Hi, Milo. My side, we're gonna wait a minute. I gotta. Oh. I can be in front of the stove right now, Nugget. Yeah, I've got the recipe, but it's. Okay, I'll just send the recipe and Pop can do it. Sorry, I'm too. My head really hurt. I was just not working. Cut. Paste. It was just being weird, I think. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna say fuck it, we ball and try and
Remember, you come first. If you feel like you can't make it, it's all good.
we'll see how long I can go. I sent you the recipe.
Hmm?
Am I slurring?
A little bit.
I hate that. Was it not in the room on the bed? Hi, Snacky.
Oh, Snacky! How's it going, Snack? How you doing?
Hi, Gaster. Yo, wait, what?
Hmm?
Welcome back. Sorry, I just I'm sorry. I just saw you got your wings back. It's been a long time since I've seen you.
I guess
I see
you
that.
kind of disappear after a while.
Uh-huh. Congrats on your... Fuck, this isn't the kind of, like, welcome back I want you to have. Fuck. I'm just really...
Regardless, we're happy to have you here, Gaster.
Well, 1 cup of rice will double to 2 cups of rice. And if we...
Rice.
You can double it, or you can do, like, 1.5 cup. I don't know if... Sorry, guys. Dinner is getting made right now, and I I have to
Take your
think.
time. It's all good.
If you do 3 servings, do you see where it lets you click the 3 serving button? Or like at the top it says 1, 2, it says 2.
Yes.
Press it to do 3 servings and it gives you 1.5 cups.
Okay.
We don't have aged basmati. We have regular basmati.
Cumin seed.
Ooh, basmati rice.
We do not have cumin seed. No, you're gonna do garam masala instead of whole spices.
Y'all making me hungry again. I just ate before stream. Damn it.
Yes, because garam masala has all of that. So, I can make you really hungry, y'all. It's turmeric, so it's Indian yellow rice.
Are you telling me?
No, I'm telling them. Thank you, Nugget. Turmeric yellow rice. Um, and then beef shawarma. And then, homemade naan. And probably like warm garlic spinach salad. And then Pac is making his homemade hummus, which is peak. It's
Sounds
the
delicious. I'll
naan
take
though.
5.
You can move it if you want. It shouldn't be hot because it's palm stick, but I put it there so it would be warm and rise faster. You can move it to the table.
Think you're gonna sneak up on me like that?
What happened?
Oh, I got fucking giant amoebas trying to sneak up on me. Trying.
Fuck, I forgot about the amoeba. Oh no! Did I blow myself up?
Uh-oh.
What happened? Where'd my walls go?
That's a good question. I've been around there in a minute, so I have no idea.
I might have blown myself up
Uh-oh.
and not noticed.
That shit happens.
Sad angel noises.
God damn it.
Okay, and then we'll do this. And then we'll do like that.
Aether bless it.
Good night, Milo. Sleep
Night,
well,
Milo. Rest
hon.
well.
Where am I putting the sulfur worm? We have a sulfur worm. We don't need another one. Would you like to buy a sulfur worm?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to... There we go. Anyway, I need to lock in and...
Take your time. Ursula ain't going anywhere. He's literally going in a circle.
Gaster, where the hell have you been? How have you been? Are you good? Did you have to disappear because you owed somebody money? What are we doing?
Not the 5-figure gambling debt.
The 5-finger gambling debt. Indeed. And how are you, Snack? What crackhead behaviors have you gotten up to recently?
Snack has gotten up to some crazy ass fucking behavior. I can tell you
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Mhm. You want to tell Space Snack? If I remember
Snack?
correctly, Snack made some more explosives, but I mean, what's new?
God damn it. Again?
The sun will always come out tomorrow, and Snacky will always make explosives.
Yes, I understand that, but I don't like it. Hi, Ruby.
Hey, Ruby, welcome on in. Salt, welcome on in. Congratulations on getting Thirth. And Ruby for getting your Gilsonite. Ooh, that reminds me, there is another gemstone I just found. Well, it's not a gemstone, it's a crystal, but I'm going to be adding it to the daily gemstones anyways. It's called Vivianite. It is an interesting gemstone that grows in potassium and iron-rich environments that are waterlogged with little to no oxygen. And for anyone who is following along with that descriptor,
That's
if you're wondering,
terrifying.
yeah. Do you know what they grow on?
Bact-
Primarily?
bacterium, bones.
Bones, corpses, they grow on corpses. And I just so happen to have some Brazilian Vivianite being delivered to my house soon.
Brother, why in the hell would you be? No, Snacky. By the way, we're not focusing on Ruby. I just wanted to let Zeph finish that fun fact for us. What the hell did you do, small child?
Small child.
Well, you gonna do dumb shit, you're gonna be treated like a small child, so small child.
That is fair.
When Snacky starts acting like a grown man and not like a trigger happy kid.
Hooligan. A complete degenerative hooligan.
Uh-huh. Are you filling in the floor?
I am breaking walls and filling in floor as I go.
Heard. I brought
I am
like
working backwards though.
I brought like almost, or maybe I did bring 10,000. I think I brought over 10,000 blocks with me to fill
As
holes in.
As I break the blocks, I'm just filling in the floors with whatever I collect.
That's fair. I grabbed a whole bunch of them because I didn't want to run out. Okay.
So I was
See,
looking into a little bit of the story of this game that isn't exactly like told through anything other than like environmental storytelling. Apparently, Shabar or Shahabar, whatever it's pronounced as, they were a robot designed to basically be like a security system against the core commander. But they got infected by said core commander. And they went haywire, so it had to be shut down. And now we're trying to figure out like what else were they protecting beyond the breach, which is going to be coming up in more updates.
this has to be. Well, I just blew myself up. That's fine. Crabbies.
Snacky, what did you do? Don't try that whole lagging shit with us.
Oh no, he understands that he's just pissing me off at this point.
All right, let's see how much more floor around here. Oh wow, not much floor needs to be repaired around here, except okay.
Well, I was working a bit through a lot of area, admittedly.
Okay, I got some.
I
floor
did
over
a
here.
lot of work last time. The game always saves snack. You know this. Fuck.
So I got one of your corpses over here.
Yep, that would be where I had been running back trying to go home, and then I died.
Shit happens. Filling in the floor around here. Luckily, it doesn't look like I'm gonna have to fill in all the floor over here. Just the path of Ursulum. At least enough for us to move around.
Yeah, I'm just doing like the big wide open areas, and if there's something where it looks like you could theoretically get caught in it, then I just widen it open.
Mm.
Or like little outcroppings get closed. Whoa, what the
Oh my
hell?
god.
What just happened? Who just did
Snacky
this?
just gave a bunch of subs to
Snack?
your channel. Yeah, Snack of all people.
Snacky?
Hell yeah, Snacky, support the angel. Whoa, hello, my game's bugging out. There we go.
Snack, what the hell?
Good job, Snack.
No, don't good job, Snack.
Hell yeah, good job, Snacky.
This is not good job, Snacky. Snacky is trying to distract me from the fact that he did some bullshit.
This is a good distraction.
This is a terrible distraction. Don't waste your monies. Child. Save.
Support the angel. Oh, am I about to
Brother.
die? Oh, I'm about to die.
What are we
Oh, I'm gonna-
doing?
I am not in a good way. I am not in a good way.
Loving some. I'm sure you do, Devin.
Fuck. Hi, Devin.
Hi, Dev.
Where I need to get out of here.
I don't
also
think
need to
you
drink a
were part of it.
potion. Hmm? Oh. I don't know, am I-
15 this week. What does that mean?
Oh dear God, oh dear God, oh dear God.
Like you gave 15 subs out across
God damn.
channels? You paid for my view. That's crazy.
I need to
3.
find a safe place to get to.
Oh, you were the 6th one, I see. Hi, Devin. How are you doing, homie?
Mhm.
God, it's so fucking dark. Oh, fuck you.
Face, get out the path,
Away
get out the path,
from
get out the path.
me. Eat shit. Eat shit and die. Nobody
Search launch
likes
coming.
you. Oh yeah, because I do the dual sub thing. For like every 5 gifted subs, you get a like they throw an extra sub in there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the perks of dual streaming.
Base, I would start heading south.
Start heading south.
Yep.
Start heading. Oh, okay.
Either south or
Oh,
west.
okay.
Doesn't. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
I kept trying to tell you.
Wait, you did what? When the hell did you
Hmm?
do 10?
Oh,
Snap.
damn. Good job, Snaggy.
Don't encourage this.
I will always encourage the support for the angel.
Okay, where? Okay, oh Lord, he coming. Okay. Okay. Fuck it, we ball. Come on. We're just running towards him now. If I die, I die. At least I go out like an angel.
Go out fighting.
Uh-huh. Oh, there's the other eye. Okay.
Good luck to you. I I hid in a like little nook just out of his path, like a coward. Like I'm not dealing with that right now.
Uh-huh.
I will deal with a lot of problems. I will not deal with that right now, though. Hell yeah, Snaggy, get supported, nerd.
Don't supported nerd me. Crazy. This thing is so fucking gross.
Ursulum, yeah.
Okay. Doing it again. I really don't like this fucking thing. You did 10 off stream. You did what?
Hell yeah, Snaggy, that's how we do. So proud of you, Snack.
Alright, we're doing it again. These little void balls are like really good.
Oh, those things, yeah. Because they just pass through like all walls and shit.
Yes, but also like they just do, you know, like 1,000 damage.
Oh damn, that's a lot.
Uh-huh. Okay. Ooh, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, and I died.
Yeah, you tried.
I did so much. Yeah, you get an emote. Which emote did you get? I don't remember. There's an emote for angels who support the Ether Sphere. And then, hi, Fenry. Devin, I don't want to hear from your
Hey,
bitch ass.
Fenry. How you doing? To be fair, you are a nerd.
I am a
But
nerd, but
the best
like,
kind of nerd.
Devin's not allowed to speak on it specifically.
Why, is Devin also a nerd?
Devin's also a fucking nerd. Goddamn right, Devin's a fucking nerd.
So in that case, what we should do, just a sec, let's see if I can do this properly. We should give Devin a shout out so that this nerd can go get supported.
True. Yes.
Ah, dang it. I died because I was clicked out of the screen.
Well, that's what happens. It is what it is.
That's
This is
the
what
price
happens
I
when
pay.
you support the fucking tsundere ass brat.
Tsundere as bread is wild work.
No, he knows. He knows what he is. He knows.
Let's hear
what
this
he is.
hilarious story, Snack. Let's hear about how you were a gremlin.
I don't like Snacky's hilarious stories, I'm gonna be honest with you. Snacky's hilarious stories tend to give me headaches.
Just imagine how his mom feels.
It's fine. I just work here, dog. Brother, like you ain't the fucking CEO of bullshit. It's patented in your damn name.
Just work your tongue.
Snacky, how the hell are you doing all of that?
There's tomorrow, 18 over next week. And how? Wait, hold on. 9 hours. Okay, 9 hours tomorrow, and 18 hours over the. You're still in school, right, Snack?
Snack's still in school and then has firefighting school.
How are you doing all that? Is some of this being counted towards your firefighting school training? Because that I can understand.
Oh, a reminder to everyone, the kitten's birthday is in 5 days, so
Oh?
cat cam again for kitty birthday, and I'm actually gonna just like sit with them this time. So they'll be in like the entire time. And
Hurt.
I don't know, I haven't checked, so I have no earthly idea if anybody has gotten them a birthday gift or not. But if you wanted to do that, there are cat collars on the throne for Nimbus and
Absolutely.
Limbo. They are incredibly cute. Um, and so if we get anything for their birthdays, we'll open that up on stream, like
Heard.
IRL cam, so you guys can see us putting it on the kittens or like playing with toys or whatever. I can't believe they're gonna be one in 5 days. What the fuck?
It's like just yesterday, you just got them.
I literally, like, we just brought them home. What are you talking about? How on earth has it been a year since they were born? Granted, we didn't bring them home until like November.
It's like they were at least a couple months old.
Yeah, we weren't gonna take them early.
Guys, I can't even remember how old Gidget. Actually, we don't know exactly how old Gidget was when we brought her home. I'm trying to remember. Funny enough, I think we found her on the solstice, on the summer solstice. So that's when we decided what her birthday was.
That's actually really cute. Heard on that hydration check. Thank you, Snacky.
So
Took
she was
off
still here.
rats.
She would be 2
Crazy.
now.
Okay, I'm not a Devin supporter, but I gotta say, calling the fucking cat boy a rat's crazy work.
I thought it was dog.
He wants to be puppy coded so bad, and he's just not cute enough.
Oh, damn, that's crazy work. Tell Devin
I'm a
he's not
professional
cute
Devin
enough.
hater, and by that I mean no one else is allowed to bully him but me.
Fucking cat, I swear to God. I could have sworn you were a dog, brother.
Because he wants to be. He's like, oh, I'm a dog, you know, I got golden retriever energy. Bitch, where?
Got that basset hound energy, so whenever you bark like you want it, it sounds like oh.
Fucking get his ass. That's crazy. I may have come for your fucking throat a few times, but I've never done disrespect like that. Damn.
I tell you, basset hounds and huskies got some of the loudest ass fucking howls and
I love
barks.
basset hounds too. Like those are
They're
like some of my favorite
adorable.
fucking dogs. They're so goddamn
Mhm.
loud for no reason. Nah, but we love Devin.
How did I not get hit from that?
Brother, I hope you fucking do. You know how many people would come to curb stomp you?
Oh, dude, I would personally drop everything.
Like,
These amoebas, fuck off.
we all know you weren't gonna do shit.
You're just gonna put space in a giant bear hug. That's all you're gonna do.
True. You know, we talk so much shit for the love of the game, but like, I'm just gonna feed his ass. That's all that's gonna happen. Like, I'm gonna be like, sit your ass in that damn chair. What you hungry for? Group of
Group of
gainers.
gay
You're goddamn
nerds.
right. And you're one of them, bitch, so what does that make you? Oh,
Good God, this
bleed.
entire chunk of wall is taking forever to just go down. These worms are getting easy to dodge, though. They're getting predictable.
I feel like it's a good thing, but it's also just like, God, how much have you suffered for it to be predictable, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the only thing that really gets me anymore are the fucking robots up there with the fucking the oil spitters. Those ones, I swear to God, I cannot dodge for the life of me.
Oh, I can dodge those. Those aren't bad.
For me, it's always just difficult, like knowing where the oil's gonna land.
Oh, I just like assume it's gonna be like exactly where I am, and then I just proceed to move myself to the other side of the map.
Yeah, that's fair.
Whoop!
Checking on where Ursulum is. Ursulum is at our at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, something like that. In terms of like the circular area of the map.
Oh, fuck me. Oh, I'm about to blow myself up.
Uh-oh. Are you standing too close to the walls?
I accidentally blocked myself in on all four sides.
Oh shit.
It gets pulled from the oven. I knew what he was coming to ask.
Damn. Pox predictable.
Well, I just heard the oven go off, and I'm like, that's the shawarma coming out of the oven.
Shawarma.
Lebanese beef shawarma.
I don't have any good shawarma places out in my neck of the woods, and that upsets me. Okay, I should say like no good affordable shawarma places near me.
Yeah, that's the important part. That, but louder. Brother, we were doing our fucking, like, budgeting because Pox are working. And we're like, okay, so we can start, like, saving up. We have, like, shit to do. We have plans.
finally start getting out and about a little bit more?
Snacky, no.
Hmm?
But like travel plans, like a wedding, and then we're going. My sister's quinceañera is in February, so like we
Ooh.
gotta like save up for that, you know. Um, and we were looking at like finances because like we can't afford to move out at this point because things are just so fucking expensive. But
Mm-hmm.
like saving up to have to be ready to move because he'll get a like a classroom next school year.
Shit, come out to my neck of the woods. We definitely need the teachers. Our education system has plummeted.
Zeph, I love
We.
you. No, not even
I
no.
get it. The cold. The cold is what
The
kills it for you.
cold alone, but also your geographical location. I
Not
cannot
that
stress
bad.
to you enough. I am not going out to the fuck ass Midwest.
It's not that bad.
I would die.
Are you being over dramatic?
I
You're not that
already
bad.
struggle and suffer in a town, in a city that's a major urban city that has public transportation because I can't fucking drive.
You'd be
Like,
surprised at our public transportation out here. It's not that bad. I mean, the
oh,
DART isn't great, but at least there's usually a lot of room because nobody likes to use the public transportation for whatever reason. It's not even that bad. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's affordable. It's easy to like navigate. The only problem with it is just people assume that like it's only for the poor. It's like, no, it's for fucking everybody. Like genuinely, that is an actual thing that people do believe out here. Is like, oh yeah, no, the buses are dirty. It's like where all the poor people go. No,
okay, well,
like it's probably
even if it was, I am poor. So,
and even then, great because well, not great, but it's very fucking affordable. It's like 175 just to go literally anywhere in this fucking town. Just hop on the bus. Well,
that's
town,
like the
city.
cost of it here.
Super simple.
Yeah.
And it goes like out into the neighboring areas too, which I mean, awesome, great. You're just gonna be waiting a while because of the routes. That's
Yeah,
the only problem.
that's how it is here.
Yeah,
Um,
massive ass routes. But there are a lot of bus stops out in the area. Good God, like there's like one for every like couple, not even a couple miles. There's like one for every half a mile, I think, at this point.
okay, well, I'm
Do you understand like
vibrating
the whole cold
at
thing
a
though? I can
disturbing
barely
rate,
stand the
so I'm
cold out here
assuming it's
sometimes.
about to come up on my ass.
Ursula?
Yes.
Yeah, it depends on where you're
Yep,
at.
there he
Yep.
is.
Either head north or head south.
Nope, I'm just going for it. And when I eventually meet you, or I will
I'll
meet
head your way.
you. Yeah, I kind of melt these fucking eyes. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's actually perfect. I love hearing that. Good God, the way he looks with the like distortion and everything. It's so gross.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking gnarly. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um,
I got the upper eye.
done.
Center eye. Oh, damn, that was quick. You really are melting these eyes.
Uh-huh. Bottom eye's done.
God damn, already?
Middle eye's
Top
done.
eye's done. Need to get me one of them fucking void staffs.
It's a gun.
There's a gun? Oh, damn. That thing's so fucking good. Jesus Christ.
Uh-huh.
Working on top eye.
He's getting faster.
Coming down.
Alright.
Oh.
Oh.
Whew, that was close.
Uh-huh.
We're almost done. We got you, you one-eyed son of a bitch. One more. Amoeba. Oh, damn, he really is getting faster. Oh, fuck. God damn it.
Oh, he had one eye left.
Ah, so close.
I was so locked in. I'm gonna be. Okay.
Oh, where did we? Okay, that's
I'm
an
just
area
not
that needs to
fast
be.
enough.
I was working on filling that section in too.
I'm literally just not fast enough. Is there?
I didn't time that rift well.
Offhand and backpacks. Okay, let's see.
So close.
Yes.
That was the
Okay.
closest we've ever been too.
Uh-huh. I mean, once I'm in there, brother. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about that now, Snacky. What in the living fuck do you mean?
Uh-oh, Snack's in trouble.
You blew up 5-foot canisters.
Oxygen and acetylene, I think he said?
Yes.
Oh, dear God. How do we not hear about you on the news, Snack?
You gotta have someone paying them off because there's no fucking way. You are so lucky you didn't kill yourself or someone else.
Like, the range that would have.
The shrapnel that would create.
Good God, I'm just thinking about it. Like, with the level of pyromania you have, I'm wondering how you got into firefighter school. Because there's no way anybody in their right mind would let you in if they knew you were doing this shit. I'm just going to assume that was you that just passed by.
It was.
Okay. I just saw a light and I'm just like, what the fuck was that?
It's me. I'm looking for my tomb.
God damn it.
Without my involvement's crazy.
Have peace of mind knowing one day Snack will die without. What the fuck?
That fucking haunts me personally. Okay, amoebas.
Got it.
Not before it could take a chunk of my ass.
I tried.
Okay, remember the conversation we had about you don't light shit on fire that used to hold accelerants of any kind?
Because it still holds a little bit of that chemical
Because it will
compound.
always hold at least a little bit of that.
Get ready for more potential amoebas. Alright, I think this area is good enough for Ursulum. You could go up a little bit north and clear this out a little bit.
Yeah. I don't have
I'll
the
stand
ability
back.
to melt them like that, so I'm just gonna.
Yep. I will head over this way so I'm out of the way of the explosions. Let's cut a good chunk out.
I'm gonna kill you, Snack. Devin's right. He will have no involvement in your death because it's gonna be me.
God damn. Oh. Come here, you bastard. I'll chase you down this time.
They were full?
What? Snack. Absolutely the fuck not. There is a level of bullshit even I'm willing to put up with, and that has reached its limit. That has far surpassed its limit.
Xavier, so help me God, I will get on a fucking plane to beat your ass.
Why in the goddamn fuck would you fucking light full ones?
No, they were
Are
using
you
them as target
trying to
practice.
die?
Target practice. Because target
couldn't
practice
use-
is the appropriate use of a fucking canister of any kind.
You couldn't have fucking used actual
You didn't
fucking
bother
targets.
to look? You didn't bother to check?
Look, I mean, I fired off at a propane tank, but at least I made sure that bitch was empty.
No, I'm still squinting at you, Zephyrin.
Listen, it was decent enough away, and we were out in the middle of farmland. It was 1 gallon propane tank.
I'm still
Again,
squinting at you.
we were out in the middle of farmland. We were far enough away.
I'm still squinting at you. That's still fucking dangerous. You still gotta be careful.
I was with people who knew what they were doing.
Yeah. Snacky thinks he's someone who knows what he's doing.
You are not someone who knows what you're doing. You are still a child with little to no experience. Yoink. Yoink.
That's not even how you spell bumbleclap.
Is it not?
No, there's a double A.
Ah. Okay. It's a little bit more for this section.
The little worms are coming to eat my ass.
Gross.
They are awful. Yes.
Hey, coming at me through the walls.
I did warn you that there were little worms.
Yep. The ones that come from below are the ones that will always get me first. Because I can't see their little, like, lights right away.
Yeah.
Everywhere else they come from, I can see, like, the green or the purple lights that they give off.
Mm-hmm.
I see you. I see you creeping through the walls, you nasty motherfucker. You are sounding a lot better post-seizure now.
Yeah. I feel better. Like, my head still
That's
hurts,
good.
but it's not as bad.
Mm.
By any means.
I was fighting some seizures on my own at work. I had, like, the standing stare off into space seizures.
Absent seizures.
Yep.
Yes. That
And
I
I
think
had
is
to
like the majority of my seizures are absent seizures, and then some of them are tonic, atonic.
Mm-hmm. Now I will say, like, I can still work through them. Like, I'm still able to, like, move my arms. Like, I'm able to fight through it. It is hard, and I feel like shit every time afterwards. But, like, I'm able to do it. It's not great, but I can.
Yeah, I mean, I have so many of them in a row. Like, I feel like, and we could always get Pock to corroborate this, but, like, I feel like, generally speaking, once, like, my absence seizures, I almost never have just, like, one. It's, like, at least 3 or 4 of them.
Yep. That sounds like it was for me today.
Yeah, and you
I
just like you come in and then you go out and then you come back in and then you go out again and it's like your head's pounding, you don't really know what the fuck is going on.
You feel nauseous as fuck.
I don't get nauseous so much. I mean, I've gotten nauseous a couple times, but like it's normally like I'm just confused and my head just
Oh,
pounding.
for me, it's
Shit's
always nauseous. Nausea will always follow, and I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Thankfully, usually when they happen, I have an empty stomach. And just like, oh, thank God I have an empty stomach. Otherwise, everybody would be staring as like, what the fuck's wrong with them? It's just like, I'm good. I'm good.
See, that just sounds like one of your triggers is that you have an empty stomach and you probably wouldn't have many seizures if you were eating.
Maybe. I will have to look
So
into that. I don't really
you
get a lot of time to eat in the morning before work. I wake up, I get like half an hour to get ready and get to work. And even then, I'm still showing up late.
I
Not
bet
late
it
enough for them to write
matters.
me up, though.
Yeah, I'm sure they're
Because they
probably
have.
like, thank God you're not here yet because we don't have enough fucking work.
Oh, dude, recently work has been pissing me off. You weren't here for the Just Chatting stream, but I was talking about how work has been pissing me off this entire week with rush orders. One of the rush orders was to get 500 phones done in 4 hours. That shit wasn't happening. Not a chance in hell. Throughout the day, could definitely do that. Absolutely. In less than 4 hours, they got me fucking bent like a piece of rubber. They got me fucked up to the moon. Not a chance in hell. Would have rather gone back to testing Samsung phones. And let me tell you, testing those phones sucks. They require so much extra testing. And for whatever reason, our testers, like just to read the basic info, will take forever. And it's just mind numbing to just wait there while it does its thing. Meanwhile, iPhones, you just blitz right through those things. They practically test themselves. But like 210 phones, I could probably do on my own. We only had two people. Two fucking people. We would have been short no matter what, even if we were both going at the same pace. And I could not trust the other guy to go at the same pace as I was because I blitzed through those fucking things like nobody's business. This man, not so much. He slacks. But he slacks because of the whole like, yeah, no, I don't mind not getting like an entire ass fucking thing done because like it just makes them money. I get paid all the same no matter how much I do. It's like, motherfucker, that's not the point. We have at least a base quota. It's like, yeah, do the base quota. It's like, motherfucker. Workers like that piss me off. Like, I get it. We have a base quota to meet, but that should not be your entire goal.
It depends. Like if the company is good and it treats its employees well, then I understand putting in a little bit of extra effort. But we also live
They're,
in a capitalistic hellscape, and like you
they're
breaking your back, unless you're like vying for a managerial role, breaking your back to fill their pockets when you will not see like a raise or an increase in your pay.
which I
I
mean,
get
I,
doing bare fucking minimum. Be a bare
I'm,
minimum employee. I encourage it
yeah,
even.
it does look a little bit better on me because I actually am kind of shooting for that. Like, if I can't find a better job, then I at least want to move up in this one.
That's valid.
To which I need to talk to my manager about learning the other different like the different types of testing systems that we're doing. Because like I just work on the iPhone testing for Verizon, but we also do like returns for like people who have just sent in their damaged phones for us to repair. We do phone check, which I'm not exactly sure what phone check is, but it's what our Samsung phones will go through for Verizon. And it's just like I want to learn it all. I want to be a versatile employee. Fucking so you could just pull me off whatever I'm doing. It's like, hey, we need like more people for this. We need more people to do that. It's like, yeah, make me fucking useful. Make me more useful than I already am. I will be that guy.
Just don't become too useful because if you're too useful, they will never upgrade you because like they'll never promote you.
Yeah, too useful to production. Which is why I'm also going to be shooting to try and go into the repairs department and learning how to do all that. Because those people definitely get paid more. It's like, fuck yeah, send me off to repairs. Give me more skills to learn.
Ooh, eat shit.
But that being said, I'm also looking into taking course careers to try and get into possibly accounting.
Counting pays
Because,
well. You have the stomach and the mind for numbers.
oh yeah, definitely. Any day. You send me down with like a book and some numbers, you tell me exactly like what you want me to do with those numbers, I'll figure it out. It might take me a while, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah, snacky cat ears. This is what we're doing. Also, your mother better be up that welding shop's ass.
Your mother
Selling
gotta
you
be a
empty
saint
fucking
for dealing with your
cans,
bullshit.
and they're not actually empty. That's a fucking lawsuit.
Yeah.
First of all, selling empty accelerant cans to a minor, I'm pretty sure should, if it's not illegal, it should be.
Yeah, yeah. Because who the fuck knows what the miner's gonna do with it?
One.
Like, for example, blowing things up. Oh shit, is that Ursula? Oh fuck. Fuck, fuck, where? Oh god. Alright, well, we doing this.
Oh, heard.
Got the top eye. Middle eye. Oh, never mind. That was all three eyes. We already had one busted open.
Yes, I had taken one down before I died.
And the other ones, they don't heal. Fucking hate this thing. It's so gross looking.
I know.
Right. Working on the top eye. Middle eye.
Right, so I need to be filling this in rapidly.
Bottom eye. Working on the main body. Get fucked with lightning, bitch! And
like
weird geometric shapes!
frantically filling in holes. Because you're like on the way over here, and I'm like, oh shit.
It's all good. It's all good. He hasn't gotten faster yet. I say as he's probably about to get faster.
Well, the shaking is starting for me, so let's fucking roll.
One eye. All right, main body. Suffer, you nasty bitch. Get twisted with time and space.
Are you time now? Alright.
Got the top eye.
Melted.
Oh, damn. That was quick.
He won't be angry after this one.
Probably. Oh, god damn it.
Oh, you
The
died?
fucking... Yeah, the fucking amoeba got me.
Heard.
I'm gonna see if I can try to make it back to you.
Noted.
Depends on how fast Ursula moves. If I can make it back that way. No, I can't make it back that way. That's gonna take too long.
Break, 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 break. Oh my fucking god. Just melt. Just melt. Let's fucking go.
Fuck yeah! Cambrian Behemoth.
The Cambrian Behemoth is an interesting one. Fuck you. Get away from me. Get away from me. This one didn't have a spirit?
What? Did it have a chest at least?
It has a chest, it just doesn't have a spirit.
Huh.
Giant mitochondrion. Plus 100 max health only once. Um, I ate the Atlantean worm heart by accident. So you can have this one.
Okay. Heading up.
Soul fossil boots. A 2 set gives you explosion damage, and a 3 set gives damage to all enemies when taking damage.
What?
We have the fossil helmet and the boots. We have 2 sets of boots, but we don't have. Is that you? Yes.
Yep.
You want to take that?
Yoink. The giant mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
Uh-huh.
Alright, swap that out. Yoink.
I used Azios's dash feather to be fast enough.
Ah, for sure.
And you know what? That bitch worked.
Alright, let's see, where did
It is
I
now
die?
time to get the
I
fuck
died all
back.
the way up here.
I am running at Mach fuck. And
Last thing we need to do is we need to kill the void worm. That one's gonna be fun. Obledra, I think their name was.
I need to make bread. Oh, well,
I
that's
think in the beginning area, like where we started out, would probably be a good area to hollow out for summoning Obledra. Like if we just break the walls there.
Yes. Hold on 1 second. Oh,
Because it's already pretty much open.
You what broke my shit?
Oh, damn. No.
Damn, I'm putting it back together right now.
I don't know what I picked up. I don't think I picked up anything that you need for this. Nope, I don't think so.
No, I grabbed everything.
Okay.
Okay. Nice.
You good?
I'm gonna have to take a break.
You do what you gotta do.
Because I have to make the non, like, dinner should be done now.
Gotcha, gotcha.
So I have to go pan the naan real quick and then.
In the meantime, I can start hollowing shit out.
Yes. Snacky, so help me God.
Figure out how much potassium. Now, Snack, if you can find some potassium bicarbonate, I will happily take that from you off your hands. I actually need that.
Saltpeter?
I don't think it's saltpeter. But yes, potassium bicarbonate. It's great as a base for making things less acidic. To be fair, so is cornstarch. To be fair, though, like baking soda is also good for that as well.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's just sodium bicarbonate. Okay, I'll be right back. Everyone be good. Get drinks. Go watch Zeph. Do shit while I finish dinner.
Watch me hollow out this entire section of the map. Shouldn't take too long. Do. Mining away. I don't care. I'll mine it anyway. Do. What the hell did I just find here? Oh, nice. Was this stuff that I had on an old body that I just never picked up? It's gotta be. What's this? Metal table. We don't need that. A wall gauge. No, thank you. Do.
Oh, hold on.
So, oh, a wild pock in the VC. All right. Not much really left to hollow out. I think really we just need to fill in the floors at this point. Oh shit. Okay, that's all good. Okay, that is open floor. So chat, how y'all been keeping up? How y'all been doing? Let me hear about what's going on in your day today. Ooh, Relicite. The pretties and the shinies. Snacky, are you getting up to any more crimes? You have any more crimes planned? Okay, so help me, Snack. Dang it, I can't get over there. Not unless... I have said that the stick will go with me to the end. And it has followed me to the end. What are these? Inventor leggings? I don't need those. I don't need those fucking leggings. Get rid of this giant rock. Fucking hate that the mouse squeaks like that. New item, industrial pedestal. Oh, that's new. There's a few more walls and we should have good enough space. Who's that? Oh, it's a bomb. It's a grenade. And for reasons we're not going to dig any further that direction. I think if I remember, back at base, I should have enough to make a second wind organ. So if I make a second wind organ, we might be able to just summon it twice. We can at least summon it once, just to like show you guys what it's like. Trying to remember what exactly it was that I used for this. I don't think it's in here. Could have been in unique crafting? Blocks. Chests. Bunch of chests. We have one Relicite chest that we've yet to unlock. Yeah, I think I'm gonna unlock that one. There we go. Because I have the key to it. What did we get? What we get? We didn't really get much. Shame. Unique crafting's gotta be around here somewhere. Collectibles, lures, skins. Oop, unique crafting, there it is. And we don't have it. Unfortunate. I know I had some, but where are they? Wouldn't have been in collectibles. Definitely wouldn't have been in lures. Is there another spot where I've died before? There's gotta have been. No, there's not. Oh, maybe there? There's a bunch of my shit. Get rid of these plants. We don't need them. Welder helmet. Oh right, I had all this. So this is where I died. Get rid of the plants. We don't need them. Where are the rocks? We don't need them. God, I dropped a lot of shit here. Trying to do some inventory management. What the fuck is it? Large seed and crop. Swap these out. Ah, that's where all the rust piles went. What is this? Concealed blade? No thank you. Don't need that. Okay, well, that's all that stuff. Is there another spot that I've died before? I died over there, but not recently. Okay. Well, now we're on a hunt. For these fucking things. What are they called again? Can't find them in here. This moss. There it is. What are they called? Oblivion fragments. That's what we're looking for. Oblivion fragments. remember correctly, we find them in these places. Fucking gross cavelings. Oh, god damn it. Damn, they fucking got my ass. I technically don't need the miner's gear here. The only thing I need is the fucking rift lens. This thing has been a godsend ever since space gave it to me. I've made such good use out of it. God damn it. Apparently not making good enough use out of it. Nice, we got a couple out of that. Go. Corrupted alloy, we don't really need that anymore. Oh fuck. Damn it, corrupted alloys. We don't need corrupted alloys. Oh. Apparently we don't need either. Alright, well. I'm curious. And I have a second one, so... Oh my god! Good fucking god. That's gonna be an ungodly fucking fight. Holy shit! I got my fucking shit wrecked! Granted, it was a small area, but holy fuck! Welcome on in, 7th. Congratulations on your Illivite. How you doing, 7th? Hope you're keeping well. Ah, it goes over walls? Since when does it go over walls? Bastard. Oh, god damn it, that fucking hurt. I'm supposed to be immune to fire, damn it. God damn it. I fucking love that emote. It's so cute. Is that one of Boucher's? Ah, god damn it. I misjudged that one. These ones have become easier to fight. Doesn't mean I enjoy it. Oh god, Jesus Christ. God damn it. Oh, it's gonna be fucking damn near impossible to get my shit back from that. Possible, but it's damn near impossible. Relicite. Fuck, they broke my shit. Okay, that's done and over with. Come on. Hey, give me all my shit back. I don't need this Void Club. I need the moss. Don't need the fucking tombstone. I need this. I already said I don't need the Void Club. I don't want it. Fucking Chaos Staff is okay to have, I guess. Don't need the calcified shells, I don't think. Where's that noise coming from? Oh, that's gotta be coming from the music. Okay, I've collected everything, but I just want to move some stuff out the way anyways. Let's fucking go! Ew. Nobody paid attention to that bot. It's in Space's chest, so I can't really do anything about it. Sadly. Ah, get fucked, asshole. Ah. Did I break it? I broke it. Nice. Get fucked. Righteously get fucked. God damn it. Alright, let's repair some of our stuff. All of our stuff. Jesus. Oh, hell. Hell to that. Hell to that area right there. Opening this area up a little bit more. Oh, we lagging a bit. We rubber banding a bit. There's my stuff. What else do we not want? Don't want the fire grenades. Don't want the tombstones. Don't care for the lamppost. I think we're good on everything else. Oh, god damn it. Why did I do that? Is that a space I hear in the distance? Mm-hmm. Oh, fuck me. What in the fuck? It's just like... Oh, fuck. Earthquake. Hell to this area. Absolute hell to this area. Holy shit. Ah, you fucking bastards. Where did I die? Oh, okay. That's not that bad. I say it's not that bad, and I have to go through this fucking area. Woo! Nightmarish ass fucking robots, I swear to God. You are the biggest pain in the ass to deal with. Ah! Woo! Oh, I got this area freed up. Lucky, lucky me. Yay. Oh dear God. Oh dear God, that's a lot. Die, you little bastards. All of yous. Oh, hell. God damn it. This is such unfitting music I have playing. Fuck me.
Okay. Holy fuck.
Well, welcome
only took
back.
10 million years, but this might be... Baby, before you eat, can you take a picture of your yummies and put it up in the sphere so people can see? His hummus, flawless. The rice looks beautiful and it's fluffy and fragrant. I charred some onions and did... That was spinach and then some of the juices from the shawarma. Homemade naan. That took 10 million years. It's fine. Took forever, but God, it looks good.
So, while you were gone, I took it upon myself to make a second organ so that we could look and see how bad the boss fight is going to be.
Okay.
Oh my fucking god. Jesus fucking Christ, that is going to be a bloodbath of a fight.
Oh, it is?
Oh yeah. Good fucking god. It summons all of the Hydra heads and then also including its own.
Oh, like the other three and then it?
Uh-huh.
I see.
And we can't fight the spectral heads. We don't fight those. We literally fight 𝓩Links𝓆. And 𝓩Links𝓆 is much bigger than all the other Hydras.
Wonderful.
She
Ruby,
is
what do you
massive.
mean you're being bullied? Who's bullying my spider?
Whose ass do I have to kick? Oh, also I found another 𝓩Links𝓆 ore node while I was out and about.
Heard. I still haven't gotten my railways to get to the other Pandoria nodes, but I honestly don't even know if it's worth.
Actually, at this point, I don't think so. I'm like, I got 3 other motherfuckers being... What? What are you talking about, Ruby? Who's bullying you? Whose ass did we gotta kick?
Yeah, who? Oh my fucking god.
All good?
Oh, that's so good. That tastes just like out of a restaurant.
Oh, your D&D group.
Holy shit. Nugget. What do you think?
The hiccup.
Bro, it tastes like it came out of like
The restaurant.
uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Tastes exactly like it actually.
This is crazy. We might have just peaked, y'all. Holy shit. Chicken nugget, can I have a gummy?
Damn, can I have a gummy?
Well, I did not in fact catch that.
Well, damn.
Okay, I found it. It's fine. I thought it was gonna like fling itself all the way under the daybed, and it was about to be a problem. It was not in fact a problem.
Oh, you had a bot in your chat, by the way.
Disgusting.
Right?
I should have Sherrybot though.
Yeah, for whatever reason, Saribot didn't go off. It's weird. Because it showed that it was in your chat. Otherwise, I would have banned the one that happened in mine.
No, it says it's banned.
Ruby just banned it. Banned it in my chat though.
No, I mean it's saying that Straybot banned it.
Oh, right. It isn't banned in my chat if it goes off in your chat. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Because why on earth would we be allowed to have nice things?
Agreed.
That's just insanity.
So I think I've opened up the area where we're gonna summon 𝓩Links𝓆 up enough. I'm hoping that I
Have you
did.
updated the map at all?
I have not.
Okay, well, I'm going to request kindly that happen.
Yep.
And I'm going to deposit as many things as I can. Nibis, don't do that to her.
This fight is going to be hell.
Yay!
Heard, Ruby.
Okay. What's our money?
Stretches.
Okay.
All right.
Stretches.
Heard, Ruby.
Get your stretching. Yeah, Angel doesn't need to stretch because I've been walking around and stretching.
You already been stretching.
I've been stretching.
I'm tempted for us to just make these void fused materials to fight this thing. I think we got enough. It's the corrupted ally we don't have enough of, I think.
Yep.
Well, we have enough for
10,
one set.
10. We have enough to do all of them.
Yep, just for one set though.
I mean, I wouldn't use them anyway.
Okay. Let's see how this looks.
Alright, let's see. Bet.
I
now have a
only got the
maxed
helmet
out
on,
void
it
gun.
already looks horrendous.
Love that.
Oh, look at this. It looks so goofy.
Well,
I am just orb.
we come in peace, I see.
Let's see. Stores 300% damage up to plus 80 damage, and then deals the sword damage to all nearby enemies after 2 seconds. Okay, that's good considering the fact that I get hit so goddamn often.
Yeah, you are kind of a sponge. I thought I was a sponge. I am not a sponge.
All right, you ready for this fight?
Do we have a more relic site being made? Yeah.
We do. Actually, now that I think about it, we should probably make another portal.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Granted, there's one already kind of nearby, but it doesn't hurt to have a second one that's even closer. Just trying to remember which workbench
How
it is
close
that
are
we
we
use.
talking?
Not too terribly close. It's just in the starting area of the Breaker's Reach.
Oh, we need corrupted alloy. Fuck. Alright.
I am upgrading the fuck out of this because I'm going to need it for sure.
Oh, we have plenty of relic site. We just need corrupted alloys. Okay.
Those are going to be difficult to get. So many robots to fight.
I hate that.
Actually, now that I got this new armor, it might make it a little bit easier.
For you, Nugget will still suffer. Have you considered Nugget?
I have considered Nugget, but I've also considered the fact that I can now rip through these fucking robots. You should also be able to rip through these robots with that void gun of yours.
I mean, yes, but if they smack my ass, brother. Yeah, Angel is like goofy
Wow, okay. That's not good armor. Not good armor.
scream. Oh, that was fast.
That was so fast. To be fair, I was fighting a bunch of robots all at the same time, but goddamn. I was in a fucking bullet hell is what I was in. Oh, when it says nearby, it means nearby. Like, gotta practically be squeezing up on them.
Um.
Oh, what the hell happened? Oh. Fuck. Okay. So I'm gonna need some help with repairing some stuff back at base.
Why?
Because the armor's effect did not stop after I died.
Did you just blow up our entire base?
Not the entire base. Just my room and the statues next to it.
Wonderful.
Working on repairing it. Didn't destroy the walls, weirdly enough.
Let's go see how much you're breaking my heart here.
Hmm?
Ooh.
Hey, Z, welcome on in with the iGreen. E-green. I
Okay.
think it might be...
Well, you have 2 statues on you.
I got more than 2 statues on me.
Oh, you have 7 statues on you?
I have a lot, yeah.
Zeph.
Listen, I didn't know that was gonna happen. You can't blame me for that. I mean, you can, but...
Mo.
Okay, I have 3 statues left on me.
Oh, your whole side was all painted and pretty.
Was...
Okay.
We gonna fix that. But yeah, welcome on in, Z. How you doing, friend?
Hello.
Ruby, can we get a shout out for Z?
Wrong one.
Our long-necked giraffe boy.
A giraffe?
Giraffe VTuber, yeah.
My boyfriend would like a word. Hawk loves giraffes.
Yeah. Ah, here are the other pedestals. But, sir, I need you out of the way, please. I
Oh.
beg.
You
Please,
think
sir.
begging will do
Sir.
anything for you?
It's worked in the past before. Don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
Wasn't planning on it, brother.
I do got that neck. It's a wild statement.
That's crazy.
Yeah, at some point I'm gonna have to join in on with you and Faye with that. Is he? I don't. Yeah, I don't have any more. I have like 2 pedestals on me, but like
I have
no
other
statues that
pedestals.
go with them. Oh, yeah, the other statues.
No, I have 1 statue.
All right, well, there's not place. What? What? I'm confused.
The gray paintbrush. I
There we go. Let's see, what else do I have here that needs to be replaced? The bed needs to be replaced for sure. The doors. Sir, no, the door actually doesn't need to be replaced, weirdly enough. was this again? Blue glass kalimba. That's what I had here. Okay. That's all fine and dandy. Alright. Now I gotta go get my shit back.
I don't know where this came from. So we're just gonna. Oh.
Oh, no, I thought it was a 3-person game, Z. What do you mean you can get up to 6 people?
Do I want to know?
Shift at Midnight. It's a horror game where you and a bunch of friends are running a convenience store in the middle of the night with a bunch of like analog horror creatures.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, probably not the best for you. You don't do well with horror.
Oh. People think it's a joke, and then everybody's laughing until I'm having a panic attack on stream.
Mm-hmm.
And then some people
Yep.
are still laughing because they're assholes, but...
I remember Alien Isolation.
Uh-huh. I will never live that down.
Oh, fuck all kind. Okay, I can't wear this armor. This
Are you
armor
about
is
to blow
garbage.
up the entire thing again?
I'm gonna blow up the entire base if I keep with this armor.
Wonderful.
But I also need to go back and get my shit.
Speaking of... Bro. This is immediately going on like a dinner party guest like recipe list. You know, like the fancy shit that you pull out to impress people.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This one. Right fucking here, this one.
1, 2, and wow, fucking 6 people. That 6 people feels like cheating for that game, Z. All right, grabbing my shit and I'm leaving.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Okay, I might try one more time to kill these robots. Because they're not difficult in and of themselves. The problem is just the bullet hell that they create.
Oh yeah. No. The robots suck.
And there's
Once
a
again,
lot of
I
rust
cannot
over
believe
here.
Sahabar?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Shahabar.
Was it
What about
easy
them? Oh, that, yeah.
as it was? Considering the fucking nightmare it was to get up there.
Yeah, for real. I don't know what the fuck was going on with that shit.
I'm not complaining, but like...
But like, still, just like, why was that as easy as it was? It
Well,
makes no sense.
if anything, it just kind of puts into perspective how insanely difficult the jump up was for, like, the robots from even the little worms in the...
In the little void area.
Yeah, the Forgotten Passage. Like, they suck, and they're tough, but those robots were just, like, a different level.
Oh, most definitely. Good God, these robots suck.
Yeah, robots fucking suck.
If I had a build that would like regenerate health easier, this armor would not be that bad. But like because it takes hits well, it doesn't take hits very easy. So like I can only get hit like maybe 1 or 2 times from anything that could actually fucking be a threat
Uh-huh.
before like it's just a problem. Oh, God damn it. Okay, luckily the explosion already went off. I would hope it did. Okay, it did.
I mean, do you have a secondary like set loadout
I do. But I can't switch off to it that
fast enough?
quick. Yeah, no, there's no way. Because it goes off within 2 seconds. Ain't no way I have that kind of response time.
Mm. So what I'm hearing, Z, is I need to play this game to be the one screaming in a corner, but also because I need to play this game specifically with Devin.
You just throw rats at him?
Yes, but he would also throw rats. We would just be throwing rats at each other the entire time. Because he's a little shit.
Oh shit. Be prepared for explosion.
He'd throw rats at me, and I'd chase him down with a rat to shove it down his throat.
Damn. Rats, bottles, toilet paper. I'd be throwing toilet paper at everybody. 100% would be throwing toilet paper. Treat it like it's the fucking the pandemic all over again.
Waste money on explosives to troll your friends. It sounds like a snacky catch line. Like,
Yeah, it do.
like if that summons him, I wouldn't be surprised.
Would not in the slightest. Hello, little voidling creature. Time for
It's a
you to suffer and
cricket.
die. God damn it.
So, before I make the statement, don't yell at me. I know. I've already been scolded. Um, so I didn't really eat today. I had like an apple and a chalky bread because I just wasn't hungry. So I was like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not going anywhere. Like I'm not burning any energy, and I'm gonna eat dinner tonight. So like it doesn't really matter. I feel like if I just don't have like a whole full meal, an appy and some chalky bread should be enough.
I guess that's fair.
I already heard it from Bach. Um, what that does, however, is that once I started eating, now I'm like, food. Oh, I'm hungry.
Alright. Did I get my shit back? Yes, I got my shit back. The fucking armor is also not durable, like, in the slightest. Jesus Christ.
Oh, what the hell's the point then? Maybe it was like
Yeah.
great idea, poor execution.
Oh no, I kind of get it to a degree. It's good in the sense of being self-sacrifice armor.
Oh,
You're meant to go in, get hit a bunch, die a bunch. So
I mean,
it's
it
not
is the
armor.
void.
Yeah, it's not armor for me. I just reinforced it, which I didn't do last time. It might do a little bit better. Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see. Bro, Z,
Can't-
you and me fucking both.
Oh, I need. Okay, I can upgrade it more, but I need more corrupted alloys. I need a lot of corrupted alloys. We only
Same.
have
In order to get
5.
my minions up to max level, I need like 40 corrupted alloy.
Oh my god. That's a lot.
Well, I have the
We gotta,
little radiation guys and I have my little skelly friends.
we gotta kill so many robots.
Uh-huh.
This is gonna be fun.
Okay.
I just inhaled my food at Mach fuck.
One of these days, I'll have to show you the fucking ungodly way I unhinge my fucking jaw like a snake. It's like you
True.
haven't seen Inhale yet. You haven't seen it Inhale until you've seen me devour an undead Elvis.
A what?
An undead Elvis is a peanut butter bacon burger with, peanut butter bacon and fried banana slices.
Is the fried banana the undead part?
I think the idea is just like, because Elvis is dead, they made a themed burger after him.
I mean, that's just his favorite. That's like his like known favorite.
Fried peanut butter and banana sandwich.
Yeah, the peanut butter banana sandwich was like the Elvis special or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking like the undead, is it the fried banana because they killed the banana and then deep fried it?
Probably, but I think most of the theme just comes from the fact that it comes from a local burger joint called Zombie Burger.
Oh. You also have a zombie? That's
Wait, what?
a really, really popular Oh no, I'm sorry. I lied. I'm talking mad shit. I'm thinking of Voodoo.
Ooh.
Voodoo is the
Oof.
like super popular burger spot in Atlanta in Little 5 Points. Like nationally known. And it's a 21 and only restaurant. Like if you're under the age of 21, it's not for families because it's also like a bar, and they're like, we're not dealing with fucking kids. Like,
That's understandable.
so 21 only. Even to eat food, they don't care. Like you're carded at the door.
Yep.
And their burgers and their drinks are burgers are arguably like the best in Atlanta.
Bunch of robots
Or at
over
least
here.
they used to be. I don't know. I haven't been there in years, obviously, but their drinks and their Did you just hit me?
I have no idea. It's hard to tell with the void stuff going on.
Oh, well, that just hit me.
You are melting through these robots, though.
Uh-huh.
You might be able to melt through that one that's causing the bullet hell.
I would just sent my little minions towards him.
Ah, fuck! God damn it!
Oh, sorry. I didn't think that
wasn't. That wasn't you. That was one of the bullet hell things.
Oh, okay. Well, the bullet hell thing is dead.
Is it worth the Atlanta traffic to get there, though? Damn.
Ooh, see, that's actually a really good question because depending on like which burger you get, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd argue that for my place too. Like, depending on the burger, either DoorDash it or like take the bus to get there because it's downtown. Or well, one of the locations is downtown. There's like 5 different locations if I remember correctly. I can't remember. I'd have to look it up. But like every once in a while, the downtown location will do a burger of the week thing. Well, they used to do it like literally every week, but they started running out of ideas. But one of my favorite ones that they did, oh my fucking god, it was one of the best. It was a 4th of July themed burger. It had Krispy Kreme donuts as the buns. It was peanut butter, bacon, trying to remember what, American cheese, obviously you gotta have American cheese. And then they wrapped it in pizza dough. And then they deep fried it.
Like a deep fried calzone?
Yes. It was one of the most unhealthy fucking burgers I had ever consumed in my life, and I had 2 of them. These things were massive. They were one of the most delicious things I had ever had in my entire life.
Crazy. Ooh, I forgot about Dragon Con. God.
Dragon Con.
Yeah. It's like one of the biggest anime conventions in the southeast, but like in Georgia especially. You've got MomoCon, which
Yeah, that just recently happened, didn't it?
I'm not gonna speak on MomoCon. Even though that's the only convention I've ever been to.
The fuck? You know what? You said you're not gonna speak on my. Oh my god, there's so many robots here. I need your melt gun.
Well, you kind of I don't know where you went. That's
I am over by your corpse.
did you dig this? I hope you dug this. You did dig this. Okay. Hi, I am
Oh,
here.
yep, your corpse got blown up. I got some of your stuff.
Okay,
Oh, god damn
maybe.
it.
Well, you couldn't wait 5 seconds.
Nope, couldn't wait 5 seconds to die. It's all good. I know the path back.
Uh-huh.
And even if I don't, I'll just cut through it.
This is healing me over time, right? Yes. It's just
Hello.
very slow.
Alright, I have no idea what stuff is yours and what stuff isn't.
I
I'm
don't really
looking for.
care about any of it righteously. Like, it's just shit I've been picking up in here. I'm only here
Fair
for
enough.
corrupted alloys.
Fair enough.
I wanted to go to Dragon Con so bad, especially as a fucking teenager. God, the every weeb teen's dream, every Georgian one at the bare minimum, is to fucking go to Dragon Con. It was one of like the biggest um anime
The biggest
conventions in the
nerd.
Southeast
One of the
for
biggest nerd conventions.
years. No, anime specific, like anime and manga specifically.
Mm.
It over time became just like nerd convention and all sorts of
Yeah.
shit or is there now. It's not just I don't have my diggy to get
Oh,
all of
good.
this oil up.
It's fine. It's fine. Just shoot the void gun straight through everything.
Yes, but I'm also blind.
At this point, it's fine. I need to
I
heal
don't
up a little
I don't
bit,
know if I hit it, but I'm assuming I did.
considering how many you shot off. Yeah, I'd say you hit off quite a few. I'm just gonna hang back here and.
The nice thing is that the gun drags them away from you.
Hmm. Oh hey, another Relicite node.
Nice.
I'm gonna go ahead and mark that while we're here. Corrupted alloy. I've got. Let's
5.
see how many. I got 14 on me. We might be able to get some through the chest. I can't remember if some of them drop in the chest. Mm,
Back it up. I figured you didn't want to be lit on fire.
that is fair. Okay, so we got 20 total so far.
Cuidado, cuidado. Alright, that whole thing is fucking on fire now. Wonderful. I think I... Nope, I did not.
Okay, need to heal up just a little bit
Oh,
more.
okay. I did it. I did it. Yay me.
I'm switching this necklace off because I need that more. How you doing up there, Nugget?
Nugget is good. Nugget has cleared the area, actually.
Dig for this Relicite right here.
You'll have to tell me how Dragon Con is. I've not kept up with the con scene for a while.
I don't think I've ever actually gone to a. No, that's not true. I went to a place called Four Corners Con. No, not Four Corners. It was QuadCon. That's what it was called. It was just a local convention that happened. Wasn't too crazy. Just a bunch of booths. I
Yeah, but
don't
that's
know.
like the booths are the heart and soul of the panels,
You're
but
not wrong.
conventions the live and breathe on
I think for
booths.
QuadCon it was mostly just like for games, like nothing for like much of anime. It was more just like a gaming convention.
Uh-huh.
Didn't really get much info on what it was. I think some of it was anime, some of it was games. There wasn't a lot to go off of. I just heard there was a convention. It's just like, oh, we're gonna go check that out.
Yeah, hell
What the
yeah.
hell is this? It's like that's local. It's drivable. We're going. Okay, I see a void caveling area.
Can't. Is that calling them? Do you have
Hmm?
anything that can get this shit up, this oil?
The oil, I do not, unfortunately.
Okay, because there's something underneath it. And I can't tell if it's because I just found a
Like a
signal
puzzle or
speaker,
something.
which is alerting them that we exist. And I'm like, is there
Here,
another
give it
one
a sec.
there? Oh, well, that
Oh,
works.
damn it. Well, at least it clears up the oil for sure.
Explorer proximity sensor. That's
Would probably be
insanity.
help.
This whole fucking place is booby trapped to tell the fucking robots we're here before. Well, I died.
Fuck.
Before we, like,
Before we even see the robots.
yeah. Copious day drinking. Real.
Wandering around with my friends looking cosplays. See, there was this one really nice anime convention that was nearby not too long ago, and I regret not going, but I really didn't have the money to even just like go. But Michael Kovac, of all people, was there. I was just like, excuse me, one of the biggest names in voice acting right now is showing up? The fuck?
Yeah.
Although I
My
think
con
he's kind of taken a step
experience.
back because he's been getting wrapped up in a lot of stupid controversy.
I
Nothing
don't.
like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, he's not like doing anything wrong. It's just like people are trying to paint him in a bad light where it doesn't need to be.
I'm not versed literally whatsoever in it.
Fair enough. I won't go too terribly deep into it because, again, it's stupid drama.
Lovely.
Mm.
But so it's your only con experience was the game con?
Yeah.
Okay. My only
Something.
my only con experience was volunteering for MomoCon because if you volunteer, your ticket is free. And I really wanted to go, but I didn't have the money. This was with my ex.
See,
And
you both don't know who Michael Kovac. Dude has been in so many projects, a lot of indie projects lately. Actually, he's Rocky and Lackadaisy. He's Jackson, the Amazing Digital Circus. He's fuck, I'm trying to remember. He's Angel Dust's original voice actor in Has Been Hotel. Man's been
oh,
in
him.
so much.
Yes, I do know who you're talking about. I don't know what the controversies are though. Um,
Yeah, again, stupid bullshit.
but
I don't want to get too terribly
I
into it.
volunteered for MomoCon
with my as we've established, abusive and really shitty ex. Um
Mm.
and I went in cosplay as a volunteer because I was doing like registrations for people. Um I went in
Mm.
cosplay and I walked like 2 miles the first day. I could not walk for the rest of the weekend. I had 3 more days.
Ooh. Oh fuck.
Um and so I had to rent a wheelchair from the like ADA services
Mm.
at the con, and still in full cos like in cosplay, not full cosplay because I couldn't fucking afford full cosplay, but
Oh,
like
if only.
in cosplay, am doing all of this shit, unable to walk in a wheelchair, and my shitty ex makes such a huge deal out of having to push me around that at one point she
Oh,
abandons me.
boo hoo.
Um, no, at one point she just abandons me.
Really shitty ex.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
And the other time will literally send AJ into like a frenzy. He gets so mad because he was there for it. Like they had
Oh.
to push me like to like the train station, and or like no, to like the parking lot or something. And she like bitched and complained and was so like shitty and mad that AJ like literally like went off on her and like
As he
started
rightfully
pushing me
should have.
instead because she was like throwing a fit that she had to push me.
Boo fucking who?
Yeah, no,
Cry.
age was like, it's literally not that big of a fucking deal. It's literally not that big of a deal. What the fuck is your
Fucking.
problem? Like, you have been so shitty this entire like, and it's AJ, like we
Uh-huh.
know it. The
Oh yeah,
bitch,
to get AJ mad is a challenge.
like, so
That man is the chillest motherfucker I've ever met.
it's there's I've only ever seen him like legitimately incensed like that once, and it was that time.
Um,
He gets pissed. Just like even just like reciting the story, it like that anger takes over again, and I'm just like, like
Damn.
I recognized that it was shitty, but I didn't realize it was that shitty
To
or
get
like
AJ
that
mad?
like
Yeah.
overt that it would piss
Oof.
him off like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
And
that was
again,
my
it takes a
first
lot to
con
get that man
experience.
angry. That is the chillest man I've ever met. Nothing bothers him.
No. And she also then told me that she was thinking that she had thought about leaving me because she didn't want to take care of me because she didn't sign up to take care of a disabled partner like that. Um, and that pushing me around in a chair was like a oh, I don't think I can do this. I should leave you because you're too much.
Damn.
Uh-huh.
That's really fucking shitty.
So that's like the only.
I mean, when you have a disabled partner, that's part of what you're signing up for is like when they can't do something, you're there to help them.
Yeah, but and like well the thing is like also I was the one who had to take care of her all the time. Like she needed to be baby 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
Fully able-bodied by the way,
Mm.
super fucking healthy. Like would get angry if I didn't hurt myself to like help her
Hell no.
or like
Uh-uh.
pamper her. She wanted to be pampered and I either wouldn't or couldn't.
Mm-mm.
It was
No. That's
bad.
not how that works.
But so I had that is what I was dealing with in terms of like people with me. Like AJ obviously was great, but AJ was
Mm.
only there one day and I was there for like four. And then the convention is like nigh inaccessible for disabled people.
They
Like
really gotta work on
non-disabled
shit like
people
that.
will take the disabled elevators. There's nobody like guarding that. They don't have any fucking idea of like the pathways. They take like the disabled people in these like fuck ass weird back rooms esque routes to get places or just like leave them abandoned. Like if you have mobility issues, you're fucked. They don't care. Um just insanely unhelpful. Um
So
I
navigating the
mean,
convention was a nightmare once I was in a wheelchair. Um, I got stuck, like an elevator door closed on me in my wheelchair, and I got stuck, and we had to wait for them to like get me out of it because my ex just like abandoned me. Um, so I was just getting
I want to
myself
fight your
around.
ex.
It was
Fucking send me their direction. I will fight them. They won't know who I am. They won't know why I'm fighting them until I fucking bring it up. It's like, that happened years ago. It's like, yeah, you're still a piece of shit for that.
well, a different country, so
Hmm. You think I won't travel to a different country to whoop someone's ass?
you know what? Fair enough. Community night idea. Fight my ex.
Down for it. Any day.
That's so real. Yeah, she fucking sucks. Um, so
That's putting it mildly.
she was awful. Getting around the con was awful. Like everything, it was so like accessible, like unaccessible, and it was so stressful to get through because it was so fucking crowded. And it's like I'm literally volunteer staff. Like I can go wherever the fuck I want in this building,
But you can't go anywhere.
but I can't go anywhere. And
Like, you
once
got the
again,
access,
like,
but getting there is the problem.
yeah. So, like, so once again, like, my experience is being abandoned and left behind and not being able to go anywhere. Or, like, going all over Hell's Half Acre, which is exhausting.
Hmm.
Um, like, in this constant fucking fight with the only person that I have with me.
A person you think you can trust.
A person I don't, but I am being forced to trust.
Hmm.
That's the real part. And just being like, I want to like look at these things or do these things or like find this or like talk to these people or whatever, and just be shot down. And like if it was no, then it was no.
Hmm.
And I feel like cons are, and I'm sure there's going to be somebody who's like who disagrees with this, but I think cons are in their best format when you are with a group, whether
Oh yeah.
at least one other person. And
Like,
like
it's
the
just
more people you
experiencing
go
that
to
shit
a
alone.
convention with, the better.
Mm. Yeah,
Because you
because you
like,
got like a whole group to like. You're all getting at least a little bit of what you all want out of the con, and you're able to like help each other out when you like are getting a little fucked up in the crowd because there's crazies. There's always crazies.
yeah, but then it's also just like you feed off of each other's hype.
That too.
You know, like, oh, can we go look at this booth because I can see they have the little and I want that thing. Okay, we all go, "Hey, they also have this thing. I'll get
Mm.
that." Or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you build off of each
Well,
other's
something
hype,
for
and if you're
everybody.
doing everything together, everything is seeing multiple, like you times however many people you're going with. Does that make sense? Because some people will
Hmm.
be like really like they just kind of like walk by, but they don't actively interact with your stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Like the wandering around, meeting other people, being like, "Hey, hey, where did you get that? Did you see wool?" You know, like all of that builds your enjoyment of the convention.
That's fair. Yeah.
I was essentially alone.
With only your own hype to feed off of.
Well, and I'm like disabled and embarrassed that I'm in a fucking wheelchair because my legs gave out on me.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't do anything. So I can't go anywhere.
You just got fucked over left and right. Jesus.
Like, or I tried to do this thing by myself and I literally couldn't make it because I was trapped between elevator doors for like an hour. You're fucking right. It literally, so like, not only was the con run like shit, but I'm also like, oh, this fucking blows. This fucking
God damn it.
blows. Okay.
Pull
So,
Charles Xavier's cosplay next time.
build the wheelchair into it as real as I fucking, you know what? 100%.
Hmm?
If you know those the chairs that like you can attach to your legs and then like you just like lean back right and it's a chair
Mm-hmm.
that have like fold out, what's the words? I don't know how we would describe this because it's not like it's like a wing, almost like a fan, but like when you sit down it pops into wheelchair like wheels. It looks like
Ooh.
wheels.
Okay.
So I'm go from Charles Xavier before he gets shot in the spine,
What the fuck
and
are
then
you
after he gets shot.
I
Pac.
take my headphones off. Not Charles.
Hello, community boyfriend.
Yeah, exactly. The transformer, you get it. So when I'm mobile, I'll explain it this. Well, again, when I'm mobile, you know, I don't need to be in a chair. I'm just pre-betrayal Charles Xavier. And then when I'm like, oh fuck my legs, I need to sit down, I pop into look
Wheelchair
at what
mode.
you've done to me, Eric Charles Xavier.
I love it. I love
That
the
way I
idea.
don't ever have to worry about whether or not I can sit down at a convention.
Okay, now that I'm picturing it, yeah, I could see that actually working. That'd be funny as fuck.
Uh-huh. But I don't know how the fuck you would do the wheels.
We'll figure it out somehow.
All I can think is like an origami fan.
I'm very full.
Uh-huh.
Very, very full.
I think I've been yapping for the last 30 minutes straight about the same fucking thing.
I don't know.
We enjoy the yap.
I was tuned in the video.
Uh-huh.
I did not hear anything.
Oh, I know, babe. Recounting our convention experiences, like going to different conventions.
Oh, I did overhear like 2 words of that, and it just got too into the background, you know.
Uh-huh.
I was like if my ear caught to like convention something, like going to conventions.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were like, to be fair, it was this one
Quit
sentence
hitting
you were
them.
saying. You were like, to be fair, I've only been to like
Oh, to be
two
fair.
conventions or something like that. Did you say that?
One convention.
God damn it. Freaking letter
Is that the one that one left you in a
Yeah. And so that's what I've been talking about. Is that entire experience.
And that came to Charles Xavier getting
Again. No, to prevent that from happening in the future, I will be Charles Xavier before and after he got shot. I will go to the convention and cosplay as Charles Xavier so that I just have the wheelchair built into the costume.
That's so smart.
It's genius.
Genius.
It's wonderful.
I mean, I'm sure our like wheelchair disabled people do take inspiration from the character of Charles Xavier.
Oh, I'm sure. He's like the only fucking like wheelchair character that's in popular fiction.
Yeah.
Or
No,
pop
Oracle.
Oracle. Okay, yes, there's Oracle, but like you have to know Batman.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't even know who that is.
Okay, hear me out. The wheelchair leg can just be cardboard. You can just
And
in the
who
wheelchair
are
and
he,
slap
at
some
least?
desk chair wheels on them.
I can be all three heirs. The fucking Charles Xavier.
Your roller skates,
Great.
you are fairly good at rollerblading.
I know.
I am ready and willing to help you with this cosplay.
You're just rollerblading holding a cartridge.
Oh God, please. You know how fucking embarrassing that would be. I see.
That would be so good, though. It would be so funny.
I know
It
it would
completely
be.
out of pocket, but it would.
Yeah, you
Louise
think somebody would
laughing.
say something to me about it?
And just like that, we now need a Space Wheeze emote.
It's just the idea that somebody would look at my disabled ass and think they could say something to me. Like, he said it's like, oh, but you gotta watch out. And I'm like, what the fuck are they gonna do to me? Me? They're good. You take one look at me and you're just like, brother, shut the fuck up. What are you telling them this for? Whew. God.
I'm just blowing up random directions at this point, trying to find more paths.
God, could you imagine? I do something disabledly and people try to tell me about the disability.
It's like, but I am disabled.
Like,
Oh.
oh, you can't. I'm like, huh?
Like, there is such a thing as partial time wheelchair users.
Like,
Like, the fuck you mean?
I have mobility issues, motherfucker. What are you talking about? Who were you speaking to? That's not what we were trying.
Oh, found a Relicite chest.
Okay, am I not? I swear to God, this is what I just did.
You know, I blow that up.
That's not what we're trying to do.
Found the edge of the world on this side. Weird.
Peanut butter ice
Wait.
cream?
No. No, it's a maze. This has got to be another maze.
Ooh, more yummy. I do want
Where's the entrance?
hungry nugget.
You gotta go.
Aww.
The entrance got to be this way.
Very well. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to go get more food. Hungry.
Alrighty.
Don't do that. No. No.
Okay. Yep, I think I just found the edge of the world. Or at least the known world before the updates. There's no going any more forward from here, I don't think. Oh, maybe. Huh. Alright then. Just a little nook right here. A rhyme or reason why it's here, just a little nook. Oh, another real estate chest. Nice. Yoom. It's a Stormbringer. I don't think there's anything further out this way. Oh, never mind. I will shut my whore mouth. Okay, I will be right back, folks. Never mind. No, I won't. Fuck. God damn it. Well, I guess I'll be right back. All right, and back. Why am I still flashing? There we go. All right, repair shit. Okay, I wasn't doing too bad. Thank you for the welcome backs. Oh, damn. I got my shit rocked. Did I die here at one point? I saw a little green dot. Oh no, that just space is right here. Ew, larvas! Ew, they're so gross! Ew, ew, don't touch me! 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 I hate the fucking larvas in every form in this game. They're so gross. They tried to touch me. Got touched. Yeah, let's dig through here a bit. Just looks like there's some relicite here. Hmm. I don't remember how many fucking corrupted alloys do I got? Oh god, I gotta fucking sort through all this now. Okay, not through all of it. Oh fuck! You a bastard! Suffer! You're a robot, so you can't really suffer, but fuck you anyways. That is bullshit that that's not hitting. Fucking Christ on a stick. I need the Shibaru idol. Actually, no, we'll keep that. Come on. There we go. Don't need the siren lamp. Don't really care about the egg, but man, we're gonna keep it anyways. Here's the tree. Here's the stone lantern. Okay, we're good to keep going. How many? Okay, we got 30 corrupted alloys. Oh, hello. Didn't even see you amongst all the rubble. Ah! Fuck. I couldn't get out of that. There was no way. God damn it. Fucking... Put this back. Put this back. And just because it's bothering me. Put that back. Almost got enough corrupted alloys for all the spaces stuff. That space is alright. Oh, speak of the devil. And speak of the angel.
Zeph, we're gonna try Obledra tonight?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure. Not crazy.
Almost got, actually, I think we have enough corrupted alloys to, what's the word I'm looking for?
Oh.
I think we have enough corrupted alloys to upgrade all your stuff.
We do? And that's my ass.
Just need to grab all my stuff from my death pile.
Not your death pile. Oh.
Because I got 39 on mine. You had like, what, 5 or some odd on yours? You needed 40?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, we definitely have enough.
Yes. I don't use that as a weapon.
Now for your stuff and my stuff, I have no idea.
I just get rid of.
I am collecting this relicite here, though.
Zeph, remind me, do the Hydras have healing attacks?
I don't think they do. I don't remember any of them having healing attacks.
I don't either. It has been so long. I'm like, I don't know which ones don't. I am plagued by memories of Igneous.
Ignis is like the only one that had healing abilities, I think.
Yes.
Fucking bastard of a fight that was.
We fought that motherfucker how many times? No, the
47 times. 47 times. Yeah, I counted.
Wonderful.
47 times.
Yeah, I hate that motherfucker. Okay, so we fought him 47 times, and then the Failing Commander healed.
Yeah, but he healed like on a secondary phase, so like that's different.
Fair.
Oh shit! Senhai, welcome on in, friend! How are you guys
You sounded
doing?
so deeply concerned I had to take a second there, like, what happened? Because you sounded like you, like, were about to eat shit and die.
I mean, I did eat shit and die.
Oh, well.
How you doing, friend? Welcome on in with the raid. What were you guys last playing? You were playing Lacrimosa of Donna? I've never heard of that game. What's it about? me happened. Fucking love that.
What am I doing? Nothing. I'm waiting on Zep.
But yeah, if you guys got a raid and fade, by all means, go right ahead. But for those of you who are staying, those who do not know who I am, my name is Zephyrin. It's my duty to find hidden gems, be that actual hidden gems, hidden gem games, coins, trinkets, and hidden gems such as yourselves. I'm a Dragon VTuber currently playing Core Keeper with the lovely Space Novak and Angel VTuber. And currently, I am also eating shit trying to fight all these robots. Good fucking
Why
God.
are you still fighting robots?
Because we still need corrupted alloys for my shit to be upgraded as well.
Oh, bro, I thought you said we had enough for both of us.
No, we had enough to upgrade your shit to full.
40?
Yep.
Okay. You could have, Zeph, you could have been like, oh, I need to stay here and continue farming because I just realized we don't have enough for both of our things. Instead of staying silent, making me think that after you had just gotten done saying we have enough, that you were going to be coming back.
I can come back here in a bit. I'm pretty sure that
it's fine. I'm coming to you. It's just I've been sitting there like an ass, being like, "What's going on?" So, damn, you sure were far again, weren't you? Only to then realize that you're like eating shit, farming still. That you were not, in fact, coming back.
Whew. Fucking Christ, I'm fucking sick. God damn it. Fucking got done in by DOA. Not DOA, fucking area of effect. AoE. Where's my brain? I can't think. But yeah, like, it's also combined stuff, so like whatever's in your death pile as well.
I have a death pile?
Yeah, you have a death pile up here.
Oh, way up there.
And now I have to come back for my death pile again. I'm completely careless with the way I fight in this game.
Uh-huh.
To be fair though, this Rift Lens is kind of hard to judge where you're going to jump to. Now, I've heard of the Yes series. Is that how it's pronounced? Yes?
Oh, I thought it was Wise.
Well, it might be Wise too. I'm not entirely sure. There's no corrupted alloy to add to the pile. Oh, I'm not going that direction. Oh, geese. Oh, Ease. I've heard of the East series. I've just never like gone into depth with like the entire lore of it. Okay, I do need to go through this area, unfortunately. Yeah, god damn it. Pourquoi?
Pourquoi? I don't know where the hell I am.
You are in hell.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that part, but...
Everyone has a pile of death that comes free with your death. Yeah, that's fair. That's a good way to look at it. So I'm playing through the series in chronological... Oh, God damn. Oh, I'm trying to read while I'm trying to not also eat shit. If I miss your message, then I'm sorry. If I miss anybody's message, I'm sorry.
Right now.
Ah! Whew. Ready for the fire? Okay. So I'm playing the series in chronological order. Yes, VIII. That's 8. It's the 8th in timeline. It's actually the only game whose number is also its position in the timeline. Wait, what?
Well,
Oh god, I could not do games out of chronological order like that. Like I already had a tough time with like trying to figure out where Devil May Cry's chronological order fit. Luckily, eventually got it figured out, but like still. But like, oh god, I still have trauma from trying to figure out Kingdom Hearts' chronological order.
there is no
No,
chronology to fucking Kingdom Hearts, and you can't
no,
convince
no,
me.
there is, unfortunately.
I mean, I know there is technically, but it's all like it's so bullshit.
A lot of it is through mobile games that you can't play anymore
Uh-huh.
because they just don't exist.
Oh my god, I just opened up my bread like a pita pocket.
What?
Sorry. I got really excited about that.
Except 1 and 2 takes place immediately after one. What do you mean the first game takes place after the first game? What? I'm confused by that. Oh wait, okay, I misread that. Okay, but every game is its own standalone story except 1 and 2. 2 takes place immediately after 1. Okay. Okay, I just misread that because I'm a dumbass who can't read.
Happens to the best of us. It is okay.
Most streamers can't read anyways. It's a common trait.
Yeah, I'm glad you put that most in there because it could not be me. Do you think our little guys, when they respawn in their beds, think that life is a cosmic joke?
Probably. You know, I just realized I probably don't. I have not been respawning in my bed this entire time. I've just been respawning at the fucking the immediate like start portal.
But you haven't slept in your bed?
Not since it got blown up.
Should probably fix that.
Should probably fix that. Okay. Ooh, that's a big one. No fucking thank you. You can stay over there, good sir. No, no, I said stay over there, good sir. No, no. I don't want any of what you're selling. I don't want your weird security program you're trying to do door-to-door sales on. No, I don't want your Girl Scout cookie. Get the fuck out!
Yes, you fucking do. You absolutely
Yes.
want Girl Scout cookies.
Damn right I do, and I actually have someone who can get me a discount on them.
Oh, so you're on that real shit.
So,
I respect it. I respect the game.
My assistant manager, who I used to work with at my last job, she has a family member that is actually in the Girl Scouts, so she's able to get deals, and she passes those deals along to the people she likes.
It's always nice to be liked.
It's like, hey, can I get in on this family deal of yours? It's like, yeah, sure. Whew.
Where are you from?
What's up? Oh, sin. So I'm on game 8 out of 11. Been playing East and Freddy's. That is wild to have never had a Girl Scout cookie.
That's why I'm
Oh,
asking.
yeah.
Like, it's a statistical improbability in the U.S. at the bare minimum.
I mean, shit, even my store sold like a Girl Scout cookie brand thing. And so it was Thin Mints, but it was like these little chocolate cookie balls. They're fucking delicious. I love them.
Okay. Yeah, so what the fuck? How have you never had a Girl Scout?
That is wild.
Oh, you were actively avoiding Girl Scout cookies?
Why? Do you hate happiness? The fuck?
It might be you get so hooked on that shit that you're just like,
That is fair. I
a
didn't even think
monster
about that.
when you're with them, you know? It's like being like, I
Yeah.
have an addictive personality, so I'm never going to try crack because I have a feeling with my addictive personality
Okay, I can agree with that, Sin. Yeah. Hate the corporatization of children to meet profit margins. Yeah, that's fair. Because that's basically what Girl Scouts has become. It's just a cookie
Yes.
sewing company that uses child labor.
Which is sad because like Girl Scout is also, such a good thing for girls. Like it teaches you so many like very valuable skills in business and shit. But and that used to go like directly back to the girls. The like the funding was to fund like
More
better
programs
equipment
for
for
them to
their
be a part of.
experiences and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And now it is, yeah, it's just for profit margins. But like all of
Of
that was
which those people can fuck
based
off.
in like actual building business skills in little girls.
Somebody's just like, ooh, wait, we can actually make money off of this. Gross. Capitalism comes for us all, apparently.
Uh-huh. It's like never meet your heroes. It's like also hope that you watch your heroes die heroes. That being said, that being said, I don't think they were ever my heroes. They
There are
were
some ones.
they were racist as fuck.
Oh.
Um, like inaccessible, and like we tried to make me a Girl Scout when I was a kid, like in like kindergarten when you get to sign up, and they like
Mm.
somehow lost my application with the money for
Fuck,
the
with
application.
with the money.
With the money, the application and the money were missing.
Both
Never
together, huh?
received, past the date, so sorry, you can't be a Girl Scout.
Hmm. Me smells some bullshit about.
Uh-huh.
When I was a kid, we bought Boy Scout popcorn, but never Girl Scout Boy Scout popcorn. I never heard of that. That's news to me. Didn't even know they had popcorn.
My Boy Scouts tried to sell us fucking candy bars and coupon um books.
Yeah, remember my school has do that for a camping trip at one point. It was selling coupon books, which never really made sense to me to begin with. It's like the fuck do you mean selling coupons? What's the what's the point of buying coupons? It made
Because
no
you can't
sense
get
to
them
me, even as a kid.
otherwise, and their like total value if you actually use them is greater than
Eh.
doing those things without a coupon.
It still just makes no sense to me. Like I get like you get more value out of 'em now, but like even then it just seems kind of dumb. It just seems like a scam. And it probably is. I'm just not thinking about it too hard.
No, the logic. I mean, if you actually intend to make the full use out of the book, would be to go to every one of those places
God damn.
and like merchandise them.
Mm-hmm. Which I mean, they weren't much. They were like $5 coupon book. This has selling a lot of them.
Do we need an inventor apron?
I don't think so. No, we don't. I mean,
Okay.
unless it works for you, like it does something for you. Because I got one, and I've just been holding on to it for like no reason. It gives you explosion damage.
I see that I'm looking at. I have an inventor apron on my person. That's why I was asking. I'm like,
Mm.
should I just salvage it or sell it?
Can't salvage it or sell it.
Okay.
We get plenty of them in the in Breaker's Reach. Bought one of those from a guy at work kid. The book was like $20, and 2 of the coupons were for a free $10 item at a spot at regular, so it was pretty immediately worth it. If you know, that's fair. Trying to remember, what was the fucking... Oh, right, I remember what coupons they were now. It was for Yonkers. Oh, holy shit, another Ray. Hi, Rhea, how's it going? I can't even pause. Give you your shout out. What were you guys doing? Thank you so much for the raid. Good morning. Oh, yeah, it is morning now. Who is the Red Queen? What is that game about? Yeah, it's morning for me. It's 12:45.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's fine. I got like quite a lot of rest in, so I'm good
You
to go
sure?
for a
Because
minute.
normally you want to call it by now, and I've just been locked in listening
Yeah,
to
it's all
your
good.
story, and for, you are you wearing the void set armor still?
Yep.
Okay, when you spawn in, you keep blowing up the chest in the storage room.
Do I? Oh, fuck.
And I keep coming in and fixing it. And I keep being like, what the fuck happened? You also keep taking 2 signs with you.
Yeah, I've noticed. At this point, I just keep them in the inventory.
Yes, I've noticed because they're missing. And I'm like, what the fuck? I just
Alright.
put those down and I feel like I might be insane.
I'm gonna grab your death pile up here because I'm pretty sure that has the corrupted alloys in it. And that's just really what I need at this point up here.
I've come back and put corrupted alloys in, I think.
Alright. Got 74 total. I don't know what the rest of the stuff is. I'm pretty sure it's just decorative stuff.
I don't need that.
Fair enough. Alright. We're exploring a horror Yuri visual novel, Gory and Blade. Just as I like, damn. Alright, we know what you're into. It's real late if Rhea's damn, yeah. Hey, enjoy your meal, Sin. Just for you. For me, it's 7:45 a.m. God damn, yeah, it really is late.
I'm like, okay. I was gonna say, like, that's really fucking late, babe. Unless you're telling me you just got up and started.
No. It's late in the day for Rhea.
7:45 a.m.?
Yeah, that's late in the day for Rhea.
That's late in the day for...
Rhea's day starts at night, guaranteed. Alright, I am coming back. I'm out of here. Oh yes, I indeed just woke up at 5 and had a full night's... Oh, fair enough. Okay, so it's early in the morning for you.
That's what I'm like. I think it's early for her.
Yeah, for some people, they start their days at night. Like me, when I was working overnights, my day always started at night. And it's just like, all right, well, I'll see y'all in the morning. It's like, don't you mean your night? It's like, yeah, I do. All right, let's get your stuff upgraded first. I'm going to leave the corrupted alloys in here. We got 79 total. Dropping off everything, Jesus Christ. So much.
Well, I could, in theory, only upgrade one of these things and just use one of them. If we need to.
Yeah, you can. You do what you do. Oh, this is going to be a fucking fight. I guarantee this is going to be one hell of a fight. I'm not looking forward to this. Okay, so I did have the fucking... Okay. There are these things... I'm trying to remember what they were called. Oh, there they are. Okay, we have enough to make more of the fucking wind organs if we need to. What are those in?
Oh, okay.
Why are those in explosives? Those don't need to be in explosives. They need to be in unique crafting. There we go.
Are they
Oh,
explosives?
yes, I... yeah, no, they're not explosives. I don't know why they were. Oh, I think they're in there because we thought they were an explosive item, not a unique crafting item. All right, you got your stuff upgraded?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
All
I'm
done.
just gonna reinforce my stuff. And let's upgrade the
Hey,
void
Nugget.
armor. So,
Yeah. Do you have a napkin?
I I need one more corrupted alloy. Literally one more. Oh, fuck me running.
That game will do that. Do you remember last time?
Yep. Yes, I do.
You better knock some wood down on your way out. About to get your ass. Be
I don't
like,
have any.
again? Don't
I don't have
mind
any
if I do.
wood. All right, there should be some robots in here. Okay, there's a couple. I see them.
Oh, wait a minute. You upgraded the map, right?
Not recently, but yes, I did upgrade or update the map.
I said upgrade, but yeah, it would be update, wouldn't it? Where
Yep.
exactly did you clear out for this Hydra?
So the area where like we enter into Breaker's Reach,
Uh-huh.
where we were first getting our fucking shit rocked by all the new enemies,
Uh-huh.
that area.
With the railway?
Yep, with the railway. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
So I have
It
some
was
feelings about that.
it was the most open area I could think of to like clear out
You
with like
understand
the
I
least
have
amount
some
of wood.
feelings about this,
I know,
right?
I know, I know. We can rebuild it. It's fine.
I literally felt my heart stop for a second at the thought of ripping all of that out.
It is going to break the railway. I didn't think about that when I was clearing the area out, but it's going to break the railway.
Okay.
We can rebuild it. It's fine. This is our last boss, anyways.
It's fine, I guess. Uh-huh.
I'll help you rebuild it.
It took so long.
It'll take less time with both of us. All right, you ready to get this done?
Yes. You have the thing.
Yep. But yeah, it was the most open and cleared out of robots that I could think of area.
Well, do we even have to Oh, I guess we kind of do.
We do have to summon her.
Well, no, I was gonna say, do we have to summon it in here? We couldn't have summoned it,
Um,
like, outside?
I think we gotta summon it somewhere in the area of Breaker's Reach.
So there's, like, a whole bunch of oil everywhere.
Well, we should be fine. I don't.
Unless you're gonna light all of it on fire right now.
I don't know if I have a flamethrower on me. But I'm gonna go back and grab a flamethrower.
Okay.
Move everything around.
I'm going to pretend that being left alone here does not strike me with unbelievable fear.
You'll be fine. You worry too much.
Yeah, do you remember the last time you said that to me?
You worry too much.
You rat bastard.
It's fine. Chad, it's not fine.
They know.
Alright, range. Where's the range? Tools, passing, healing, mouse, explosive, paintbrush, paint, melee, range. There it is. I'm coming back. I'm not that far. Yes, I am.
I'll just be in a little shitbag for no reason. Don't pay attention to me.
We got this. We're gonna get this thing's ass first try.
Barely here right now.
Alright. Oh, wrong weapon. There we go. Lighten all the oil. Because I do understand the concern.
Yes.
Not entirely sure if she does anything to light oil, but yeah, that's a fair concern. All right, that's all cleared up.
I would just be firing anywhere you see purple on the map.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. It just doesn't clear up on the map right away. Kind of like how the railways don't show up on the map right away. You gotta like walk back over and like refill it out.
I feel like mine show up for me pretty immediately.
That's because you're the one putting them down. They're already getting filled out on your map.
Oh, I guess so.
All right, I think we got enough space. You ready? You can summon her over here. That might be a little bit better. Might not destroy the railway.
Give me a second to summon my little bastards.
Yep, you do what you
They are thick boys. Take a lot out of me.
do.
But I've got like 150 food on me, so we're ready.
All right, give me just one quick sec, because I do need to eat some food myself. All right. There, I just had it. There it is. There she comes.
That is a horrible sound.
Yes, it is.
That
It's an
vibration just shook through my hand in like the worst possible way.
Is she? Yep, she's coming. God, it looks awful.
Sorry.
Oh. God damn, that void gun does so much.
You are so welcome.
Very, very much, thank you. God damn. Get her ass!
Well,
Do
I
be
died.
mindful. Oh, God damn it. It's all good, it's all good. As long as one of us stays alive.
I forget that I closed my door because those bastards.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God damn. That's interesting.
I don't like that, Mr. Krabs.
She summons void orbs and they're massive.
Oh, good. I hated that.
Oh,
That's
and
awful information.
God, this fucking fight is gonna be nightmarish. Because all of the Hydra's fucking shit that we hated before, that also summons.
Oh, lovely.
I don't want to get too close to her because I know she's gonna snap at me. Oh, fuck, I died. Fuck, I gotta grab something for heals before I come back. Potions, 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 potions. Ah, fuck. Good enough.
Okay, well, I had her down and then did damage.
I'm back.
Okay.
It was gonna be a fight. I'm gonna be so surprised we actually get this first try.
I'm literally just shooting because I don't know where she was.
She's right up here.
Yep.
You're doing pretty good on hitting her. But that is a good strategy though. Just aim wildly.
Well, she could fucking spawn wherever, you know.
Everything gets spawn at this point. Jesus Christ, this is a ungodly fucking fight. I keep thinking I'm going after her. I'm going after one of the other Hydras. She's down. Get her ass. Those massive fucking orb things. Oh god, wrong Hydra. There you are. Oh, not the fucking magma.
Yeah,
Forgot about that.
I did too. For a second, I was like, but I thought only Igneous, and then I was like, wait, Hydra
Nope,
does.
Hydra. Oh shit. We've almost got her. We're so close. Where is she? There she is.
I'm
Nope,
just
that wasn't
scrolling.
her. There she is. Found her. She's up top.
Yep. I'm essentially creating a clock right now, so I will always hit her. It's
One
just
way or another.
I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mom.
Oh, not the ice thing.
You know,
Uh-huh.
you get that reference?
Yes.
Ooh.
I really need to heal. Okay.
Where the fuck did she go?
No.
She's down here. Found her.
Okay. I'm
Got her
trying to
down.
avoid. Wait, huh?
Got her down.
Okay.
We're
Oh,
done.
let's go.
We got her ass.
Yes! Let's Oh my fucking gosh.
What? Shadow leggings? Shadow. Oh, holy shit. We got 2 sets of armor from that.
We have beaten the game.
Oh, Obliger's heart. Oh my god. Permanent winning. God damn.
And be cooked. Give me that
Mm.
shit.
Oh. Fucking Christ on a fucking stick.
Shadow
Okay.
leggings? A 2-set is just a flat damage percentage. No, not flat damage. Percentage damage increase to everyone.
Dealt by you and all nearby allies.
Interesting.
Oh, I'm concerned about the description of the shadow helmet. A headgear that makes your mind feel void of emotion.
Yes, I saw that. I was like,
A chest piece
Interesting.
that makes your heart feel hollow. A pair of leggings that makes your lower body feel weightless. That actually sounds awesome. Oh, it gives you plus 4.8% movement speed. Neat.
It voids you out, essentially.
Yeah. Oh, damn, this really does make you move fast. Comparatively.
Okay.
This would have been nice to have during the fucking, I already forgot his name.
Ursula?
Yeah, Ursulum. This would have been nice to have during the Ursulum fight.
Uh-huh. It's almost like they do this shit on purpose.
I mean, there's no real order that we have to fight these bosses in, and we can grind out some of their items too if we really want. Get ready for the next update.
I'm going to bask in this personally.
What's up?
I'm going to bask in this win and say we give it a break
That is
while we wait for the
fair.
next, like, it doesn't even have to be like the full like next boss, but like any kind of like we've expanded this area or like
Which the next update I do believe is coming out with multiple different biomes.
yeah, see, like if we're getting more biomes, I'd rather wait for that than to be
Fair
doing
enough.
what we've been doing.
Oh, good God. That fight was tough. No fight has been tougher than Igneous, though. Jesus
No, not
fucking
even like
Christ.
remotely close, actually. That fucking fight has no business being as absolutely brutal as it is.
Mm-hmm. Never do I want to fucking do that fight again unless we have to, in which chances are we might not have to. But I mean, we could. We could to grind out whatever items he drops. But that's about it.
But I don't
Yeah,
want to.
I don't. I mean,
Righteously.
we got better items. I'm just saying, we got better items. Ooh, I actually kind of want to see, like, what does it take to grind these out for materials? Good God, a lot of rulicite and a lot of corrupted alloys. Of course it does. I do like that this is the only armor that actually makes me look like a legitimate dragon.
Oh, yeah, it does actually. That's
It's dope as shit. I love it.
I wonder I wish there was like a dye system.
Ooh. If there's any devs watching, get on it. You know damn well that we should. Oh damn, I can't even upgrade it all because we don't have enough rulicite. Oh, never mind. We got enough rulicite. There's enough that's been smelted. Enough Pandorium too.
Here it is. Okay,
I
so
also grabbed a bunch of rulicite.
I suggest we call it for the night so we end on a high note.
Yep. And I'm just gonna Oh, did you make space a Wheezy emote?
Wait, what?
I think they just made you a Wheezy emote.
Huh? Homestone?
I gotta see this. I love it. It's great. And it's easy space. It's fucking beautiful. It used to be used. Great. That reaction was fucking phenomenal. Oh, thank you so much. See, that's fucking great. It's such... He gets space.
So cursed.
It's perfect.
It's wonderful.
That's immediate. I need you to know. I'm putting your name down on this.
Oh,
And it's going into the evil.
it's going into the
Oh my
creatures.
God.
It's going into Genesis.
Oh my
Oh,
god, that's
the most
fucking
beautiful thing I've ever
incredible.
seen.
Oh my god.
Oh, fucking Christ.
Oh my god. I feel like I'm gonna fucking die.
Alright,
so
with
great.
that,
It's so
we are gonna
perfect.
end on a high note. I'm gonna find someone to raid out to.
Oh my god. It's just so good. Oh. Like, hold on.
Let's see, who's all stream?
It's just... I've never been so happy.
How did they even make that?
Probably this whole time.
Ooh, let's go raid out Commander Shoes. Haven't raided him out, like, I don't think ever. I'll send you the namespace. It's so great! It's wonderful!
This is the greatest thing I've ever received. Thank you.
Why is it so cursed though?
What?
Deceased.
What?
That's you.
Alright, I'm starting the rage.
God.
I'll catch you guys later.
David Bowie standing there right next to you.
You remind me of the babe.
Babe with the power. What power of voodoo? Voodoo, you do.
Fuck.
What? Remind me of the babe.
God, I'm the fucking Muppet sitter. God, this is the most perfect thing I've ever seen. I've gotta fucking go. I've gotta stop or I'm gonna stare at this forever.
I sent you the name of the person I'm reading out to. If you want to join in on that.
Oh. Okay.
Ooh. Looks like he's playing Shadow of the Colossus. Ooh, that's actually a really good game.
I love Shadow of the Colossus. Who is this?
Commander Shoes. I sent you the name right underneath the the cursed weed.
Oh, fuck. Okay. This is so good.
It's blessed. It's both blessed and cursed.
Oh my god. Okay. Good night, angels.
Good
We'll
night, friends.
see you
Good night,
fucking.
gems.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Y'all have a
That's
wonderful
the most
night.
beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Make sure y'all throw plenty of tomatoes at Shoes. He deserves it.
Don't throw shoes at people.
No, throw tomatoes at Shoes.
Oh. I was going to be like, so the angels do not condone stoning a man with shoes. Okay, yeah, go be nice. Jesus Christ. Good
That sounds a
night.
lot slower and a lot worse.
Oh, that was great.
Okay, we gotta fucking go. Good night.